Hi everyone, welcome to Linden Hill Farm, where we do homesteading stuff and cooking stuff. My wife is definitely the homesteader. Me, not so much, but I do love to take advantage of all of the homesteading things we have done by cooking. I love making good food, and I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So here we go. I decided that I wanted to learn how to make pizza. And get good at making pizza. That was sort of my resolution for 2026. So here is my first go at making pizza. This recipe is for sort of like a Neapolitan style crust. It's a pretty high hydration dough, which means you need to cook it at a really high temperature. You can stretch it very thin. And yeah, I'm just kind of diving right into this. It might not be a good idea for me since I have no experience with dough, and because I don't like things sticking to my hands, this dough will be very sticky. But you know what? I'm just going to dive in, and we're going to learn, and we're going to have fun, and whatever the outcome is, I'm sure it's going to taste good. So that's what I have in my mind right now. I definitely expect to have some failures, which honestly I don't like. I get really frustrated when I don't do something right. But this will be an opportunity for me to not take myself very seriously and just learn. Alright, to get started, we're going to make our Poolish. The Poolish is a starter, and this is going to wake up the yeast and get it ready. So what we need here is 300 milliliters of water. I will also say that 1 milliliter is the same as 1 gram of water. 1 milliliter of water is 1 gram, so they're kind of interchangeable. So you can weigh it in a bowl, or you can measure it like in a measuring cup. But anyway, after you get the water, you're going to want to mix in 3 grams of yeast and 3 grams of honey. Here I added a bit too much honey, but that was not an issue at all. So we stirred that up, and then after we get that done, then we, in another bowl, get 300 grams of flour, and we mix all that together, and it's going to look like a paste. You want to mix that together until it's pretty smooth, and then when you're done, you cover it with a lid and let it sit for about an hour at room temperature. Alright, after the bubbles have been active, after about an hour, we're going to take it and put it in the fridge to do a longer cold ferment for about a day. Alright, after a day, or 16 to 24 hours, we are going to make the dough. And since this is a lot of Poolish, I decided that I was only going to use half of it to make pizza, and then I'd figure out something to do with the other half. I decided I would do the other half and make focaccia. So for the dough, since I divided the Poolish in half, I had to do a little bit of math to make sure the ratios were right. So I added 203 grams of the Poolish, 133 milliliters of water, 233 grams of flour, 8 grams of salt, and 10 grams of olive oil. So here I am blending it up. I add the water to the Poolish first to break it up and try to make it, a little smooth. And then I add that to the mixer, and we get started. We're adding all the stuff in there, and that's going to knead for about 10 minutes. I admit I did not set a timer for this, so I was guessing and kind of going by look and feel, and since I have never made pizza before, it was just a big guess because I had no experience, and I stopped it when I thought it looked good. Adding the olive oil then after everything's incorporated, and we're going to continue going here. Alright, and after it's incorporated, that's what I judged to be right. I think that I should have let this knead a little bit more, develop the gluten. It still looks a little bit lumpy there, but hey, It's sticky and it's stretchy, and so now we are going to cover it and let that sit for about 20 minutes. Okay, after about 20 minutes, you see there, it did soften up. It looks very nice. Smells good too. And we're going to take this out, and we're going to knead it a little bit, form it into a ball. I'm adding some olive oil here, and this is where you really get to see me struggle. I've done a lot of cooking, I've done a lot of grilling. I have not really done anything baking. And so when I work with dough, it's like watching 4-year-olds play soccer. It's it's a mess. But anyway, I'm doing my best. I am having fun, even though I am a little bit frustrated. But I'm putting olive oil here on this dough so that it doesn't stick too much to the bowl, because we are going to let this ferment again for another 16 to 24 hours. So I'm putting it in this thing overnight, and it'll be ready to go. All right, it is now pizza day, and here we are getting started. I'm putting some flour on the counter. Here's the dough. It looks pretty good. It did rise a little bit, and now I'm dumping it out here so we can divide it into some dough balls and have some pizza tonight. And here I am trying to make some dough balls. Very sticky. I need more flour. It's really hard for me to figure out how to do this, because you need to touch it to like shape the dough balls and stuff, but you kind of don't want to touch it at the same time. It's a very delicate balance that I haven't figured out yet. But yeah, you need to form it, you need to be gentle, and you kind of need to touch it without touching it. So that's something I need to get better at. But here I am kind of going through it, shaping the dough balls, doing my best. Look at how dirty my hands are, just like have flour and sticky dough on me, but hey, there we go. Oh, now I figured out, hey, maybe not using my fingertips is a good idea. And I'm shaping it kind of on the countertop there, making it nice and smooth on the outside, tucking everything underneath. And here we go. We have some dough balls. Trying to understand how people do this without getting stuff just stuck everywhere. So once again, yeah, 4-year-olds are playing soccer right now. All right, now my oven has been preheating. I preheated my oven to the highest it could go, 550 degrees. I got my pizza stone in there, and now I'm prepping some ingredients here. We have some pepper, chopping this up nice and small, putting it in a bowl. I want to have everything ready to go to make the pizza, because I know that this dough is sticky, and so I want to be able to put the toppings on the pizza quickly so I can get it on my peel and then get it into the oven. Here we go, just doing some quick chopping of an onion. I'm not dicing these, I'm just slicing them real thin so that they sit on there. Okay, now it's time to make our first pizza. There we go, we got some flour on there on the counter. And then we're putting the dough ball in a bowl of flour. I did like half and half, just regular flour, and half semolina for this. Oh, I will say that in this for this pizza, it calls to use like 00 flour. The recipe does. I didn't have 00 flour, so I just used all-purpose flour. Now, here we go. Let's shape this pizza. All right, definitely not as sticky because I used a bunch of flour. And here we go. I'm shaping it, doing my best. Look at that. Here we are using some homemade tomato sauce from our tomatoes that we harvested in the fall or late summer. Late summer into the fall. I don't remember when it was. It has tomato, some basil, a little bit of salt, and yeah, it's just a real simple sauce that will work well on the pizza. So we're using some mozzarella here, putting on the pepper and the onion, and we have some leftover salami, so we're going to use the salami, which will be pretty nice. All right, now it is the moment of truth. It's time to get this thing on the peel and go into the oven. Oh!
I was going to keep you up in your
No, I tried to scoop it and...
Oh, and it knocked all the stuff off. Because
Yeah.
you don't have like a big peel.
I'm so frustrated right now.
Oh, Daddy, that's okay.
Thankfully, my daughter was there to encourage me a little bit. So note to self, need to get a thinner pizza peel. That peel is probably better used for just making the pizza right on it and then putting it into the oven. We're going to get a new pizza peel, and we can use this one that we currently have for, I don't know, like a charcuterie board or something. But here we go. We're going to get this on the peel here. We're going to continue struggling with it, but hey, we eventually do it, and now it's time to get it on the oven. Hey, it came off pretty easily there, so that's at least nice. And we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes. And let's see what we have. Hey, that looks pretty good. See the nice crust there. Nice melty cheese. The salami looks really good. Awesome. My first pizza. All right, while that one cools, we're going to make our second one. And as you can see, I learned something here. We're putting flour directly onto the pizza peel, and I'm going to shape this pizza right on the peel so we don't have another disaster like the last one. And here we go. This one is shaped a little more nicely too. Putting all the same stuff on there. And whoop. Got some stuff off there, but that's okay. There, into the oven to cook. Okay, here is our first pizza. Looking pretty nice. Cutting that up. These pizzas are kind of small. In retrospect, I wish I would have made pizza dough with all of the Poolish. We could have made some bigger pizzas. We would have had more. But, I thought that half the Poolish would be enough. It eventually, my kiddos ate it up pretty quick. So we were like, sorry, we don't have any more pizza. So we'll find something else to eat. But, that happens. Another learning experience, another moment to get better at making pizza. This is my first time making pizza this year, and I committed this year to learning to make good pizza. So there's a lot of room for improvement, which is good. And here's our second pizza. This one I cooked a little longer. This one does look a little better. The crust is a little bit more crunchy and still looks really good. Alrighty, for our final pizza. Here we go. Very sticky dough ball. Trying to get this off the tray and onto the pizza peel without, damaging all the bubbles that are in it. But as you can see, it's really sticky, so I'm nervous that I'm kind of ruining this dough. But there we go. We got it onto the peel. We're gonna do the same thing again. Nothing too exciting here. Alright, this one came off really nicely. Look at that. Okay, here we are about 10 minutes later, and voila. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I would like all of them to look like. Look at that. Really nice crust. Nice and puffy. A little bit of char on the crust too, which is good. I probably should have rotated it about halfway through so that the other side would also get a little more char on it. But that's okay. Overall, I think this was a really great experience. It was fun, minus a few of the frustrations I had with handling the dough, and then obviously my pizza peel debacle. But the kiddos loved it. They thought it was great, and I will definitely do it again. Thanks for watching and following along. Feel free to leave a comment on things you think I should do better, ways I could improve, or also you can give me some encouragement, because that's also nice to do. Feel free to follow along. I'm going to have some more pizza videos coming up, because I plan on making some pizza once a week. Because like I said, I like to get good at making pizza. I think pizza is delicious. It's fun to make, and it's fun to do as a group, especially when people make their own pizzas, and then you can just hang out and talk and have a good time throwing pizzas in and out of the oven. And yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to. Once the weather gets nice, I would love to have a pizza party with people, and we just, hang out and make pizza.